Now, away from the local scene, let us look at what is happening as far as the East African community is concerned. Now, the journey to develop a constitution for the East African Community Political Federation inched closer following the conclusion of a national consultative meeting with opinion leaders in Kenya. East Africa Community Secretary General Peter Mathuki, speaking at the end of the exercise, which kicked off on the 8th of May, said the committee is scheduled to collect views from Tanzania, Rwanda, Uganda and South Sudan.
But what East Africans are saying is that they want to see a borderless East Africa. They want to be able to move from one part of East Africa to the other without challenges, without impediments. And that is what we are picking from this. They want to see elimination of borders and to allow free movement of people. And that is what is coming from the people. And we have picked this so that when we shall make a report, then it will be informed by what people are saying. But secondly, they are saying they want to be using IDs, have a situation where they have national IDs or ID that you can use to move from one country to another, as opposed to having passports. And this is something already we have started some countries. If you're moving from Kenya to Uganda or Rwanda, you use a national ID. And this is something that is coming out from the people. And thirdly, they're saying they want to see structures. They want to see a stronger community that should be able to compete with other regional economic blocs in the world.
Indeed, that has been a long time coming, at a time when Africa is working at fostering integration when it comes to matters trade as well as movement of people across the continent. That is definitely going to be a win for the East African community. But what is contained in this particular draft? Let's have a look. These are the main issues. Now, the EAC Political Federation Draft Constitution, these are just some of the key highlights. The common currency to facilitate trade and deepen integration, as well as clear levels of decision-making for federation and national governments. Also contained there is the elimination of borders to allow free movement and residency, as well as trade. Prioritize a common EAC identity card, meaning that if you're a member within the East African community, you are at liberty to visit member states without need for identification. If of later you have applied for your card there, your passport, that is, it is definitely blue, then East African community card, identity card there. So some things are still, or rather have already been realized, but this is just some of the parts of what is contained in the draft constitution, as well as creating structures to deal with cross-border security and prevent crimes, issues of illicit trade, especially over the seas, something that is going to be tackled by this particular content in the draft constitution, as well as common foreign policy. The EAC ambassador for all foreign missions there. And almost was last but not least, common currency to facilitate trade and deepen integration. How beautiful would it be that the common currency that all members of the East African community are going to be using is one and the same thing? You do not have to worry about exactly what currency is it, the Tanzania shilling or the Uganda shilling or the Kenya shilling for that matter, and as far as the exchange rates are concerned. Then a clear level of decision making for federation and national governments. In the creation of EAC, there's been an issue of harmonizing policy to make the East African community speak in one voice in as far as policy and regulation is concerned. That's just but a sneak peek of what is contained in the EAC Political Federation Draft Constitution. For now, we take a quick breather and we'll be back.